That was all my accomplishments today. Um, won't be smoking a joint today. It's a little too serious, I think, for that stuff. Um, First of all, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. But everybody jumped on this thing right away. There's been all kinds of stuff, and now apparently they caught the shooter. Well, it looks a little fishy to me because um, they said there was transgender ideology written or scraped onto the bullets and the spent cartridge, and it seems awful convenient to me. Um, like the guy that shot at Trump. There's a lot of things don't make sense about that. The other guy that was at the golf course, haven't heard nothing again about that. Um, it just seems awful convenient to me. Um, his dad was 27 years with law enforcement. Him and a minister associated with the police or works with the police turned him in. There's always an interview with the best friend. You can pretty well write the script on these things. And to me, it just, I don't know, something just doesn't add up to me, right? It seems awful convenient, you know. These outside countries that like to see the states go down, they know they can't take on the states right on full out. They can't do nothing. It wouldn't work. But they can sure as hell start a civil war in the states. And you know, I mean, if I was one of these countries, what should I be doing? You know, um, some of it just it doesn't make sense. Like apparently they arrested I don't know 2 or 3 guys before that and released them. It just doesn't. It smells fishy to me. I mean, I could be completely wrong, and I probably am, but it really seems very fishy to me. Um, we don't really know where any of these people that have done any of these things really are now. Um, After a week or so, you don't hear no more. Um, it just it seems just way too goddamn convenient, and it seems awful convenient that a lot of these shooters, not all of them, but the big majority over the last, let's just say, 10 years or something, always seem to be people on the left side of the scale. Um, and that seems to be what Trump and his boys are fighting against. It's the left against the right all the time. And it seems a little too convenient. Just way too convenient to me. Um, if I was planning on doing it and getting a civil war started in the States, well, that's exactly what I'd be doing. Exactly what's going on. And, you know, with money, you can do just about anything if you have enough money. You go to these guys and, hey, well, you'll get arrested. may go to prison. We'll promise you this and that. Your families will all be taken care of. Like this guy that shot at Trump, where's his parents? Why was that house completely cleaned out? Silverware, everything. There was none in the house. Like nobody lived there. It seems goddamn fishy to me. You know, Charlie Kirk, of course, I never met the man, but I watched a few of his things on the internet and there, and yeah, he's got his opinions. I don't agree with some of the things he said, that's for sure. I agree with a lot of things he said, but it seems it's just getting more and more extreme. You know, for a guy to be killed, and I know it was all on video of him getting shot in the neck and the blood and everything like that, but do we really know he's dead other than what the FBI and what everybody says? Well, hey, here's a couple 100 million, whatever you want. Just You'll just have to disappear. And I know that sounds like a conspiracy thing and all that, but that stuff does happen in this world. You know, I had an old friend of mine, a buddy of mine, my mentor at one time. I mean, he assassinated people for the American and the Canadian government. That was what he did for a living. And I've told people that, it'd be, oh, Canada doesn't do that. Well, goddamn rights we do. Goddamn rights we do. And what else can I say? It just sounds way too convenient for me, you know. Um, First of all, it's not easy to pick up a gun and shoot somebody unless you're some sick motherfucker. And you know, with the last school shooter or whatever, he was all on drugs or whatever. Apparently, they can say whatever they want, and the vast majority of people are going to believe, well, it's the FBI. They wouldn't lie about them. Fuck you, they wouldn't lie. They lie to you every day. And people just keep sucking it up. And this time, it's so us against them that it doesn't make any sense to me at all. I wish the whole world was smoking weed because she'd be a hell of a lot more peaceful place. I can say that. And I mean, it just, God, I don't know, people. Just please for yourself. Just look at all the things and just stop and think logically at it and look at it, right? Like, the last guy there was everything written on his fucking magazines and his rifle and all that shit. Apparently there's video of him, showing all that stuff and that, but I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying, once again, it seems awful goddamn convenient. But on a more, sorry here, I gotta grab some. On a more, somber or happy tune, I don't know how well you guys will be able to see this, but I'll do as good as I can. Okay? That's the name of the new youth center I'm trying to open here in town. Apparently, well, I think that thing's called a QR code there in the bottom. That's how people can donate. We're trying to get a place for the teens here in town to hang out. I'm going to run it because, well, we sure as hell wouldn't be able to afford to pay somebody to be there. Maybe one day we will if we get enough help from people, but for now, once I get it open, and I don't exactly know where the space will be, but I will find a space here in town, and we'll get that open. So, everybody, just please, before you start believing everything they're saying, just do a little research yourself. You know, um, it seems awful convenient. Oh, his dad turned him in. Isn't that great? You know, and the minister. So remember, everybody's got an agenda to push, and they're all doing it. And these people that are internet that are celebrating in that, come on, man, come on. You know, power of love over love of power. That's about all I got to say about that. It's pretty simple. And you matter till you don't. That equals politics. That's about the simplest way to explain it I can think of, anyways. So, all you people, be safe. And as always, a cat.